Your law firm just bought 5 different AI tools. None of them talk to each other, and you're still copying and pasting between Westlaw, Word, and your inbox. Here's what's about to change. Anthropic just launched something you've probably heard of, Claude for Legal. And I promise, it's not just another legal AI chatbot to add to the pile. It's not here to replace Westlaw or to fight Harvey. What it's actually doing is something way more interesting, and honestly, way more useful for day-to-day legal work. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's inside it, what attorneys can actually do with it, and the real questions your firm should be asking before jumping in. Let's start with the problem every attorney already knows. You're working on a contract review, you open iManage to find a prior template, you jump over to Westlaw to pull up a case, you come back to Word to draft red lines. Then you check your email and Outlook to see what the client said. And somewhere in all of that, you either missed something or you're running 4 browser tabs and 2 apps just to get through one task. Most legal AI tools solve one piece of that. Claude for Legal is trying to solve all of it from one place. Here's how. Anthropic built Claude for Legal as what they call an intelligence layer. That means instead of being a standalone app you have to go to, it plugs directly into the tools your firm already uses. We're talking Westlaw, LexisNexis, iManage, NetDocuments, Everlaw, DocuSign, Ironclad, Box, and yes, all of Microsoft 365, Word, Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint. Over 20 integrations in total. And it does this through something called MCP connections, or connectors, which just means technical bridges that let Claude read and act inside these systems in real time. So instead of Claude making things up from memory, it's pulling live data from your actual sources, real case law, real documents, real emails. And that's a big deal because the number one fear lawyers have about AI is hallucination, fake citations, made-up precedents. Anthropic's answer to that isn't just trust the model. Their answer is make the model work from your actual databases. That's what grounding means. And it's a fundamentally different design choice than most legal AI tools out there right now. Now let's talk about what's actually inside this thing. Claude for Legal ships with 12 practice area plugins. Think of these like specialized modes that are pre-configured for specific types of legal work. There are plugins for commercial contracts, employment law, privacy, product work, corporate matters, M&A, due diligence, AI governance, and internal legal operations. Each one comes with structured workflows, basically a smart set of instructions that tells Claude how to approach that specific type of task. These aren't random, they're built around the things in-house teams and law firm associates do over and over every day. An attorney doing contract work can take an NDA or vendor agreement, run it through Claude against their firm's playbook, and give back a risk assessment, flagged clauses, and suggested red line language, all grounded in the firm's own standard positions. No more starting from scratch every time. A lawyer doing legal research can ask Claude a question, and instead of getting an answer based on whatever the model learned in training, Claude goes out and actually searches Westlaw or LexisNexis. It comes back with cited cases from real, live legal databases. And if your firm has prior memos or work product sitting in iManage or NetDocuments, Claude can pull those too and fold them into whatever it drafts. A compliance team can use the privacy or employment plugins to run rule-based checks on policies, handbooks, or product changes. Marketing copy going out the door? Run it through the regulatory check before it leaves. That's the kind of routine review work that used to eat associate hours. A litigation team working in Everlaw can have Claude pull document sets, build timelines, and draft internal summaries, while the attorneys stay focused on strategy. The e-discovery connector doesn't replace the lawyer. It removes the grunt work. And through the Microsoft 365 integration, all of this happens inside the apps attorneys already live in. You're in Word reviewing a contract. Claude is right there. You're in Outlook drafting a client update. Claude is right there. Same assistant, same context, no switching apps. Now, where does Claude for Legal sit compared to Harvey and CoCounsel? This is important to understand. Harvey is a vertical AI product. They've built a managed, polished AI associate experience with their own workflows. CoCounsel is Thomas Reuters' AI product, deeply woven into Westlaw and practical law ecosystem. Both are real, serious products. Claude for Legal isn't trying to beat them by being a better version of them. It's doing something different. Anthropic is positioning Claude as the layer that can sit above and around those tools. In fact, there are connectors for both Harvey and CoCounsel inside Claude for Legal. Anthropic isn't saying, don't use those. They're saying, let Claude orchestrate across all of them. One analysis from Eisner-Amper put it clearly. Claude for Legal is not a platform competing with existing legal technology. It's an intelligence layer running through the tools firms already own. Anthropic took it one step further. They published the reference agents, skills, and connectors for Claude for Legal as open source on GitHub. That means firms, vendors, and developers can build their own legal agents on top. That's not how most legal AI companies operate. That's an ecosystem play. But, and this is where we have to be honest with you, this is not a magic button. The 12 plugins are sophisticated workflow prompts and system instructions. They're powerful, but they're not bespoke legal models trained on case law. Real value depends on how your firm configures them, what playbooks you feed in, and what governance you put around the whole thing. There are also real questions around privilege, confidentiality, and data residency. When one AI agent is touching your Westlaw searches, your iManage documents, your Outlook emails, and your CLM platform all at once, your firm needs to have very clear answers about what data goes where and who can see what. Anthropic provides the connectors. The governance is still your problem. Malpractice risk is still on the firm. Claude for Legal is designed for routine, supervised work with humans in the loop. The benchmarks are good, including performance on Harvey's Big Law bench, but benchmarks don't remove the duty of supervision. A lawyer still needs to review what comes out, and for specialized practice areas, personal injury, niche, regulatory work, medical, legal, the general plugins may not cut it without significant customization. So who is this really built for right now? In-house legal teams with high contract volume, law firms doing research-heavy, document-heavy work, and legal ops professionals trying to build repeatable workflows without buying another point solution. That's the sweet spot. Claude for Legal is Anthropic's bet that law firms don't need more AI apps. They need a smart layer that connects the ones that they already have. 20 plus integrations, 12 practice area plugins, Microsoft 365 built in, grounded in live legal databases, and open source reference agents for anyone who wants to build on top. It's trying to be the brain that sits between all of them. Whether that actually works for your firm depends on how you configure it, the governance you put around it, and whether your team is ready to use it right. But if you've been waiting for legal AI that fits into your existing workflow instead of asking you to build a new one, this is the most serious attempt at that we've seen yet. Stay tuned for more videos like this.